Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. In today's episode, we are back with the UH-60. This mod can be found on flightsim.to and has been updated, and today we're going to check it out. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. All right, guys, so as I said, this aircraft can be found on flightsim.to. A link to it is down in the description below, and it has gotten quite a bit of a makeover. A bunch of the textures have been updated. Some new features have been added to the aircraft. Definitely a lot of work is being put into this aircraft. Let me get my head tracker squared away here. There we go. That explains why nothing was working right. And it has really come a long way since the initial release of this helicopter. I'm really loving the rotor work that's being done on this aircraft. It's really come a long way, and wait till you guys see it with the engine running. The rotor effects is really, really cool. Jumping into the cockpit, you can see again, tons of work has been done on this aircraft. Tons of work. This is looking very, very good. A lot of details been put into the shell. As you guys can see, a lot of the instruments are starting to come together. You're starting to get that depth and that real true 3D animation and effect of the aircraft. You have a really awesome tablet that has been added. I don't remember this being here on the last time that I visited this particular aircraft, but you have some different settings and things that can be done here. You can fire missiles, fire guns and flares. All this has to be done, I believe, from the control pad here. You have a hoist if you need to use that, or if you want to mess around with that. Today, we're just going to sort of fly it around and see what it's like. It does require Airland FS to fly, so make sure you guys have that available. It does have a checklist as well. Just go through your traditional menu here, and you can also cycle through all of the different steps regarding running and taking off in this aircraft. It's been very, very well done. I mean, I'm really impressed with all the different work that's being done with this aircraft. It also has an in-house browser. I think that's actually really slick and can definitely be very, very useful, especially if you're someone who, for any reason, needs the use of Navigraph or something like that, or some third-party application that's a web-based. You could access that directly from here inside the cockpit, which would be a great benefit to VR flyers. The map here, let's see what that's going on here. Awesome. See if we can tag the aircraft's location here. That's definitely not where we are. Let's see what happens here. So the GPS looks like something that probably still needs a little bit of work, unless maybe I'm clicking the wrong thing here. So it's loading something there. Not sure what's going on with the map there, but again, it's a freeware add-on. So, give people time to work on things. I'm going to change that menu just because that's super bright in the eyeballs. The one thing that is really interesting, and we're just going to do a Control E, so the auto start here. You do have a heads-up display here, or iHads, whatever you want to call it. HMD display. The sound, as you can hear, is pretty good. If we step outside for a minute, see the nice engine exhaust coming off. First engine's alive. I haven't figured out a way to turn the HMD off. I would prefer that if that was an option. Here comes the second one. There's that rotor animation I was telling you about. Again, not bad for freeware. You can tell it's sort of got a loop thing going on, so that part's a little weird, but that's alright. Again, still in development and free. So we're not judging, we're appreciative of the work, right? And we do need to set these guys forward for flight. Alright, let's go for a quick flight around Tucson here. Whoa, I need to adjust my camera here. There we go. We do have everything set on max settings here. Whoa. The tail rotor is a little too sensitive. You just barely touch it and you're all over the place, so that is something that probably needs to be adjusted. Adding in some collective here. Here we go. Oh, baby. The cyclic is extremely sensitive. As a matter of fact, let me try something here. I think I'm going to adjust that. I have it set as a negative 30%, which will actually increase its sensitivity. So I'm going to pull that back off a little bit. I don't know why it got set like that. I don't really like that. That's probably why... Oh, you know what? The pedals are set to that too. I don't know why they were set like that. That's probably why it was so sensitive. So that's an Airland FS that I'm adjusting that. Alright, let's see if we can get better control. A little bit. That's still pretty touchy. Which makes sense to an extent, don't get me wrong. Oh yeah, I mean, it's just, you barely touch it. You barely touch it. So, it's, how do I describe this? The sensitivity could almost be passing as what I would expect as realistic, in the aspect that in order to keep it in level flight here, or in controlled flight, the animation isn't giving it really, well, a little bit. I mean, you can sort of see the animation of the flight stick, how much I'm having to tweak it and mess with it. Camera views are definitely something that's a little odd. There we go. Uh-oh. Whoa, oh, mama. Power lines. Okay, well, I know not to do that again. That was not good. That was not good at all. That was just bad piloting. That has nothing to do with the helicopter. That was old overkill here being terrible. Let's see here if I can get this camera view. I feel like it's just... Uh-oh, I'm going the wrong way. The camera views are weird, so I feel like we're way too into it. But let me try something else here. If I can get the helicopter where I can let go of the cyclic for 2 seconds. This is one of the immersion breakers, right? I think I need to adjust my zoom level on the mouse. Alright guys, this could be a little scary here for a second, but I'm going to try to pull my zoom back. Flying with the left hand while trying to control the mouse with the right. Okay. Alright, that's a little better. Yeah, that's not as bad, so maybe it was just my zoom. It's definitely interesting. It's fast. Holy crap, we're cooking. frame rates are extremely nice. We're just flying along. Let me see what I'm rocking here. It's trying to tell me 25 frames per second on my Class Echo. I don't believe that. We're hauling butt for 25 frames. We'd be noticing that one, but that's all right. All right, so we are overspeeding. We're at 160 knots indicated, 165. Got up to 170 there for a minute, so let's pull that back a little bit. Gonna come off the collective just a hair. It's got a ton of features. You can add or remove the doors. Again, you have the hoist options. I'm not messing around with that too much today. Right now, I'm just sort of getting an idea for how it flies. Significantly different than I think any other helicopter that we currently have in the simulator. Definitely a much different experience in flying this helicopter. And yet really cool. Yeah, buddy. It's a helicopter that's going to keep you on your toes. I'm very nervous flying this helicopter, which is very interesting. I haven't been really intimidated by one in quite a while in the simulator. And I will say this, it's another one of those aircraft that you're constantly flying. And what I mean by that is, I mean, you guys saw just when I was trying to change my camera zoom, you can't let go. You can't let go of the cyclic. You're constantly making adjustments. Like, I'm just trying to get my bearings here to fly the river path here, even though there's never any water in this river, by the way. We'll get it for a day or two after a good monsoon, but that's about it. We gotta watch our altitude there. I just saw those power lines, which don't belong there. That's okay. I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong. I don't know what the control scheme was. I got to read the documentation on this aircraft again. The trim seems a little odd. I don't seem to be able to trim the helicopter, and I don't know if that's because it doesn't use the standard trim controls. That's something that I got to look into. I'm very likely doing something wrong, which is totally fine. Let's see here. We're also flying around with a cool add-on scenery for Tucson, where somebody added a bunch of the points of interest for Tucson. That building, it's the tallest building in Tucson. Whoever you are, I gotta catch your name again on the flightsim.tos, but if you see this video, you're doing a wonderful job. It's so nice to see Tucson. This is the first time in any flight simulator I've really seen Tucson get some attention. There was the gentleman not too long ago who did Tucson Airport, which needs a little update, I think. Oh, look at that! There's my UV. Jukebox, if you happen to see this video, there you go, bud. University of Arizona. We have a gentleman who just joined the Discord, our Discord here, and getting ready to move to Tucson to join the elite at the University of Arizona. Become a Wildcat. Whoa! Okay. Had my foot in the left rudder. Whoops. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this, easy, girl. Come on, come back down. Come back down. Watch that collective. Coming off the collective. This is definitely a very challenging helicopter. Very challenging helicopter. But there's a couple things, like I said, I got to figure out what's going on with the trim, if that's something I'm doing wrong, but like for right now I'm having to hold the cyclic in the center position, or off to the right, I should say. It definitely wants to roll to the left, which I guess based on the blade direction that would make sense, right? Oh, there's a mountain. It's another part of that scenery. Let's check it out. Oof. Flight model, I think, still needs quite a bit of work. The color of this A changes based on the time of year. It really does. Man, this thing is scaring me at low speeds. Mercy. You are terrifying me. Okay, I was hoping that there was some sort of documentation that maybe I was missing on this helicopter, but there isn't. So, I don't know if it's really this challenging to fly at low speed, but mercy, that got super scary. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna try the scariest part of all this. I have a feeling this is gonna be a very, 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 very ugly landing. But let's get it back to base. We're gonna land over by the Air National Guard. Come on, girl. Yeah, low speeds, look at this. I mean, it really falls out of control. I'm really nervous about how this is gonna play out. And it's just that left torque. There's a ton of left torque in this thing. Come on, man. Come on. Easy, easy, easy. Getting too low, getting too low, getting too low. Alright, come on. That's it. Inch it forward. Stabilize, stabilize, come on, stabilize. Low. Come on, let's just see if we can slip her right in here. Easy, getting too low. Collective, collective, collective. Woof. Close. Get close. Get close. Come on. Easy. Oof. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. I haven't actually figured out how to shut it down properly. Oops. I'll just kill it. So anyway, this is a really fantastic model, and it's very, very challenging. It'll definitely keep you busy. There's a few things that I like to see tweaked and worked on a little bit, if you know, my 2 cents, go into it. But all in all, for a free model, this is really, really well done. I love seeing the progress that's happening with this helicopter each time that I fly it. I mean, it's been a massive update with every single time it's been pushed out. A lot of effort's being put into it. It's very, very fun, very, very cool. I'm really impressed with what's being done with this one, and just it's a really nice addition to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a fun helicopter to go tool around in, and I think I even I really appreciate how difficult it was and how challenging it was. Now, again, I can't speak to the realism of that. I don't know if that's something that's legitimate, but it was fun to fly. And at the end of the day, that's what we look for, I think, with any kind of flight simulation is, are you enjoying yourself? Is it a challenge? Do you feel like you're, actually busy flying the aircraft, whatever it may be? So to the developer, continue your hard work. I really hope that this helps give you some promotion. Guys, make sure that you check this aircraft out if you haven't already. It's completely free. So is Airland FS. So make sure you guys give that a shot. As always, guys, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.